Welcome back to the Extreme Festival of Motorsport at the Big Z. We hope you've grabbed some chow, because as you can see there's always a lot to choose from here at the Extreme Festival of Motorsport. Those first few categories produce some fantastic racing. Without further ado, let's get back to the action with the Investchem Formula 1600s.
Some more single-seater action now from the Formula 1600s. Front end of this battle has been two youngsters going at it, hammer and tongs. Dierwold Brummer and Julian van der Walt fighting for this championship. Alex Gillespie and Dean Venter ever improving. Look out for Stuart White stepping up for the first time into a Formula Ford. He's a man who comes with multiple karting championships under his belt, and of course went to the World Championships last year and represented South Africa very well. So certainly knows his way around a race car. Let's see what he can do now in a single-seater in the field of very talented drivers.
One to watch out for is that man Julian van der Walt as we go on board here now with Stuart White. And good little start there, good little launch initially. Going into turn 1 now, they're going to have to filter their way through and then into turn 2 and pack themselves. 13 cars trying to make it through, and they look like they're going to make it through unscathed. A little bit of the dirt there, as we've seen so many times today, but it's really not easy. This turn 2 really does tighten up on you, and it's all about the drive onto the back straight. But it's a good start there from Julian van der Walt, Alex Gillespie, and Dierwold Brummer out front.
A tough start though for Dean Venter, having to start at the back of the field. He's got to do some work to come through to these two. Brummer leads out, van der Walt on his tail, and Gillespie in third place. Behind them, a battle between Schofield, Stuart White, and Andrew Horn. And not too shabby a start there from Stuart White, considering this is the first time he's been in a Formula Ford. Heading up to the top of the hill now, side by side, and under braking, looks like a little bit of a change-up. We're going to see Schofield get through there on Stewie White, and I think Andrew Horn might have been outgunned. Look in the background, that is a massive crash. Saul Hack going airtime over the Lieutenant Colonel, and yes, red flag definitely having to be called out for that one. That was huge. Fortunately, walking away. And as you can see with the doctor in attendance, will probably just shoot down to the medical center. Have a look at that again. Slow motion, that's about 6 times in the air, 7 on the ground, and then 1.5 onto the catch fencing. Fortunately, that catch fencing was there. Otherwise, he would have gone straight through into the car park. So a restart here after Saul Hack had a massive incident up at turn 5. Here we go again. Much better start this time from Stewie White. He didn't quite get the same start, but tucks in behind Venter. You can see they've lined them up as they had finished after that big crash and didn't have to go back to the original grid positions. That's the way to do it. Now onto the braking markers into turn 2. Oh, it's getting real. Brummer forces van der Walt wide out of turn 2 and takes the lead.
Andrew Horn now onto the back straight. You can see him shifting through the gears, trying to pick up that slipstream, but out front, Dierwold Brummer, that really was a hard move, shall we say, on Julian van der Walt, but that's what you got to do. It might look easy to pass in these cars, but they're so evenly matched that you really have to almost take a chance to make the move. As you can see now, van der Walt trying to fight back, but look at that. Brummer forcing him to the outside, so going to make it hard for the man there in second place at the moment.
Gillespie and Venter in third and
look
fourth.
at that tyre smoke everywhere.
Now, big tyre smoke under braking there. That was Gillespie just trying to fend off the attack from his teammate there, Venter. Then you've got an incredible dive coming out of Schofield. On Schofield's tail is White, and on White's tail, it's Andrew Horn. So you've got 4 cars fighting for the lead here, a small gap, and then 3 fighting for 5th place.
Now, you say a small gap. Dean Venter is coming great on board there. He's now closed down on your leaders, but you can see Dierwold Brummer out front, all kinds of defensive at the top of the hill there. He does not want Julian van der Walt to get any kind of advantage. Again, going defensive in turn number 2. That's going to hamper his drive onto the back straight. Van der Walt, wheel to wheel with Brummer onto the back straight, trying to make the move.
You certainly don't want to touch wheels at that point, Rob. I don't know if you've seen it in the past. We already saw it today. If you touch wheels in these cars, you get airborne. And the airborne stuff is big. It's not small. And fortunately for the two of them, they kept it just enough room to get through turn 2 and again here through turn 4. Now as they head up to the top of the hill, you can see the gap is closed down ever so slightly, and with the closing stages coming up here, final lap time, it's Van der Walt going left, right, cannot find a way through. Brummer just maintains his line into turn 5, into Sassel Corner, and if he keeps it together through the double right-hander, the left-hand flick, he's only got one more opportunity. Can he do it down into turn 8? Let's see what he's got on the brakes for the final turn.
Yeah, Van der Walt's getting so frustrated behind Brummer, but Brummer using all his car experience to go defensive, and it looks like he's going to manage to hold off the charge, but will Van der Walt get the drive onto the front straight? No, he doesn't manage. What a experienced drive there from Dierwold Brummer to pick up the win ahead of Van der Walt. Gillespie picks up 3rd, and Dean Venter down in 4th with Schofield rounding out your top 5.
Great drive from Stewie White down in 6th place, and Andrew Horn on his tail, and Petro just behind them. In this championship, it's all about the front end. Brummer maintaining his lead. Van der Walt is right on his tail. Gillespie and Venter fighting for 3rd, but we caught up with the luckiest man out there today, Saul Hack.
So I was coming up the hill and got to the braking point, hit the brakes, brake pedal went flat to the floor, had no brakes, couldn't slow down, did whatever I could to try and avoid as much of Alan as possible, but just couldn't avoid him, and I think I clipped his wheel on the side, and it launched me into the air, and from there I was just a bit of a passenger. I don't really remember.